What's going on, everybody? Back here again with another video. And tonight I'm going to be coming at y'all with my pilot of what I like to call the catch-up, which is going to be a weekly wrap-up show. Initially, this was supposed to be just strictly a TV review show, where I was going to review different TV shows in one setting. But decided to change it up. And like I said, this is a pilot, so the format could change in the future. I don't know if this is going to be a final product or not. But I wanted to actually have a mix of different subjects, seeing as I wanted to do music, TV, and gaming, etc., things like that. So this is going to give me a chance to do it. As far as tonight's topics that I'm going to cover, I'm going to be talking about music releases, Culture 2 by the Migos. I'm going to be giving my small review on that. Also, hip hop news, gonna be talking about everyday struggle. Basically, you know, my thoughts after the first week of it airing, and where I see the show going. And also, I'm gonna switch over to gaming and give my review on Dragonball FighterZ for those of you who like gaming out there. So stick around for that as well. So that's pretty much going to be the rundown of the show, and we're going to see how y'all like it. But if you're here, thanks for viewing, and also make sure to give this video a like and also subscribe if you happen to be watching out there and you like what you see here, because I need to go ahead and get this channel rebuilt. Got to get my numbers up, so I'm shooting for it, man. But I think I want to shoot for at least 1,000 subscribers. So with that being said, gonna go ahead and get into the show. Hope y'all like it. But this is the catch up. So with that being said, let's get caught up, shall we? All right, y'all. So let's get into this Culture 2 album by the Migos. This is the first album that I've ever listened to by the Migos. I did skip the entire Culture 1, so I don't know what it sounds like. Y'all have to fill me in. Do y'all think Culture 1 was better or Culture 2? But honestly, I had this preconceived notion, just like with 21 Savage, before I listened to IZA album, which is a good album. I ain't even gonna lie. I thought the album was gonna be bad, and it was, to my surprise, it was good. I can listen to most of the album, even though, you know, the substance still isn't there. It's still 21 Savage we're talking about, but this ain't what this about. But to make the comparison, I thought the same with this album, and unfortunately, it, met my expectations. I don't see these guys as like album artists. When I listen, to an album, I want to be able to enjoy the whole album. To me, these guys pretty much are just able to produce, hit singles, things of that nature, which isn't, a problem. Some people have their lane, and as far as a full-length album, I don't think Migos, this ain't it. There was 24 tracks, which was a red flag. I was able to get through one playthrough of this. Most of the songs, I don't think it was a bad album, but just nothing really popped out at me. I like maybe like 2 or 3 songs. Motorsport, that was a given. And the only reason I really like that song because of Cardi B. I low-key got a crush on her, man. I'm in love with a scripper. What can I say? But anyway, Walk It, Talk It. I like that one, featuring Drake. And I think Gang Gang. And that's really the only ones that stuck out at me. The rest of them were so-so. Maybe I should go back and listen to it. But honestly, the replay value is not there for me. Let's see, other than that. Also, I like Bad Bitches Only. Only because 21 is on the track, man. It's something about 21. At first, I wasn't feeling them, but it's something about 21 I like, man. Even though he is monotone and he rarely switches up his flow, it's something about 21 Savage. But anyway, getting off track. As far as, the pros, only thing I can really think of is, Migos, usually, they're very melodic. So as far as the melodies on here, I give them, an A+. But other than that, just nothing really stuck out with me with this album. And, I gave it a try, but I don't see myself going back to this album, unfortunately. But like I said, I wouldn't say it's a bad album, but at the same time, I feel like this was overhyped. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the Migos 2 album. The Culture 2 by the Migos. And I don't know, man. But, that's just my opinion. Then again, my music taste is, I'm not really, the turn up guy. I'm kind of like boom bap backpack type guy, but I'm a mix of all things. But mostly that's the type of music I listen to. So Kendrick, Logic, J. Cole, yada yada yada. If y'all follow me long enough, y'all know what I like. Other than that, yep, Culture 2, those are my thoughts, man. Tell me y'all thoughts down below in the comments. Gonna go ahead and move on to the next segment. Let's go ahead and get into that everyday struggle. All right, y'all, so for my hip-hop news segment, gonna be going over the first week of Everyday Struggle, just my thoughts and where I see the show going. I already gave my thoughts on the first episode that premiered Monday during the second season, and I uploaded on Monday. So if y'all want to check that out, it's still up on my channel if y'all want to give it a look. But anyway, just kind of go back to the first episode. Star was introduced as the new co-host to replace Joe Budden, which was a complete and total surprise. And I think he's the perfect replacement. He has a lot of hip-hop knowledge, and also as far as like the jokes and just the antics and wild behavior, he's got that down pat. So like I said in my previous video, Star is just wow, as y'all can see from the whole Nadeska situation that's going on right now. And I think that's pretty much water under the bridge, but it's kind of, hard to shake off wanting to skeet on somebody's leg, so to say. But anyway, yeah. But the thing with Star, what I think he has over Joe Budden is like Joe Budden, even though, I liked his analysis on certain artists and things like that, Star is going to be a little more well prepared, and he's more in tune with like the new artists and stuff like that. Honestly, I really don't care about the new artists and what you consider the mumble rappers. Like right now, they're talking about Tekashi 69. I don't know who that is. I don't care. And some of the other guys that's kind of coming up in the music scene right now. Star knows about that. But when Joe was on would be on the episode, and he would say, well, I don't know such and such about this guy. Even though that might bother some people, it really didn't bother me because Joe gave his analysis on the artists I wanted him to talk about, like the Kendricks and the Coles and things like that. So that really didn't bother me. But I will say that Star is going to be more prepared than Joe was to talk about, the newer artists. So I'll give him that. But let's see. Other than that, I think he brings everything to the table that Joe brought. So like I said, the perfect replacement. So I don't think they're going to miss a step. It's just the whole, I guess you could say, the chemistry. They just got to keep doing, spend a little bit more time with each other. And, I think it's going to work out. I'm going to make a bold prediction and say a year. I'm going to give them a year. I say they at least make it a year. But I don't think Star is going to, be there, long term, like 2 or 3 seasons. But anyway, another thing I want to talk about was, I don't know if are they censoring the episodes? I know on the second one, they were bleeping out words. And then like the following episodes, they weren't. So I don't know, are they censoring language on there now or are they not? Honestly, I think they need to just keep it raw, gritty, don't censor anything. But I think as the show gets more popular, as far as sponsorships and things of that nature, that may affect how the show is produced. Let me say that. And I hope it doesn't, but, we'll see. But anyway, yeah. As far as the show right now, I'm liking it. I still got to get used to the absence of Joe, of course, but I think Star is gonna bring something new, and he's gonna drop a lot of gems and bring knowledge as well, which is what I like. But yeah, let's see how this continues, and I hope that they get at least a year down, and we'll see where it goes. So gonna go ahead and hop into my next segment. Final segment of the day, gonna be reviewing Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so for my final segment of the night, going to be getting into gaming here. Dragon Ball Fighter Z just released Friday, and I've had a chance to play it myself, and the game is amazing, guys. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Is it better than its counterpart, Xenoverse? I can't say yet. I think, honestly, I think the replay value for Xenoverse is probably a little bit higher. Just seeing that as far as like upgrading your characters and things of that nature. Also, the roster is a complete difference between this title and Xenoverse 2, which has a whole larger roster. But with this style of game, for the first time I've seen a Dragon Ball game like this, I can understand the size of the roster, which is it's decent. As far as the roster with this game, you get everybody pretty much from, I would say everybody, but everybody that mattered, I would say. As far as the roster with this game, you get everybody pretty much from, I would say everybody, but everybody that mattered, I would say, from the Saiyan Saga all the way to Super. As far as Super is concerned, you do have Beerus and Hit. I think those are only two Super characters that I can remember right now. As far as everybody else, you got your Kid Buu, Cell, Frieza, all your, main antagonists, and some side characters like Captain Ginyu. Other characters in the game that are non-playable, they do come into factor with some characters like Android 18, who's in the game, but Android 17 really isn't in the game, but he will assist you if you play with her, as with Tien has Chaozu and things of that nature. So the roster is okay, but it's not as robust as Xenoverse is. But with the DLC coming out, I think they're supposed to be adding like 8 new characters. And, knowing me, I'll probably buy it, even though, man, these game covers are getting over, man, with this DLC. But, I'm going to buy it anyway. But, yeah, the roster is cool. Just not as robust as Xenoverse 3. I mean, 2. 3 isn't out yet, my bad. The graphics are amazing, as well as the cinematics as well. So, A+++ there. But as far as the story of the game, I gotta applaud them for making an original story. They didn't rehash, the storylines like the Budokai series did, basically going through the Saiyan Saga all the way to the Buu Saga and basically just retelling the story. So I'm glad we didn't get that, so that's good. As far as like any cons with this game, I can't really think of any. If I were to say there were some bad things about this game, in the story mode, it does get kind of repetitive in between the boss battles, because the like the whole premise of this game is basically that there are like a bunch of clones running around. So you're fighting like clones of like Goku, Piccolo, and you'll fight different mixtures of teams because it's 3-on-3. So that it keeps the same form of combat in the story mode as well as arcade. So it's going to be 3-on-3 the whole time. But basically you're fighting clones until you get to, the boss of a certain, storyline at the point. But, yeah. Also, another thing that is good but also can be bad, just depends on what type of player you are, is the combo system on here. It really closely resembles Xenoverse 2 gameplay, where you can just press like one button the whole time and you'll do this sick combo. But if you delve deeper, and it has a practice mode, and it has like a combo challenge, and it has different combos on there that can get quite challenging depending on which character you're playing with. So you know, if you get creative and look deeper into the game, if you're like a type of player that looks for a challenge as far as like hitting combos and stuff like that, you know, you just have to look a little deeper. But on the surface, it's a little too easy. As far as gameplay is concerned, I'm talking about anybody can really just pick this up and do like a 60-hit combo Kamehameha with Goku. So as far as like the controls and specials and stuff like that, it's not a one button press. It's, you know, kind of resembles Street Fighter, where you kind of do like the quarter forward circle, quarterback circle, and the action button, things of that nature. It kind of plays like that, but that's about as complex as it gets. It's not like you're doing like 360 directional directions with, you know, multi buttons and stuff like that, if that makes sense. Those of you who play like Street Fighter, you probably know what I'm talking about. But the, you know, like the game controls for this game are not complex at all, so people who are beginners, they can go right into this no problem. People that are looking, you know, to be challenged is there, but it's not that type of game. So some people, you know, who like a challenge might be disappointed with this game as far as the gameplay is concerned. But other than that, I think I've covered everything that I want to cover as far as this game is concerned. If I were to give it a grade, it's kind of hard right now because I still haven't completed the story mode yet, which I do like the story of the game, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. The gameplay, depending on who you are, you know, can be good or bad. As far as me, I kind of like it. You know, it's a nice balance of not too easy, but not too hard for me. The graphics, A1, like I said. I mean, other than that, the roster is kind of somewhat of a letdown for me, but it has enough, you know, to satisfy. But I say, you know, the game, I say A minus. Say A minus right now. If I were to give it a grade, but I think it's definitely worth the buy. But other than that, you know, I still have a long way to go, and so I got a lot of game time that I gotta play. There's like 3 different parts to the story. There are 3 different arcs, and I'm done with the first arc, and I think it took me like at least 7 hours to get through that. Just depends on what you do during each arc. If you decide to face every enemy, you don't have to face every enemy in the story mode, but if you decide to, it's going to take a little bit longer if you want to level up your characters and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I've covered everything on the gaming tip. But anyway, yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the show. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Make sure to give the video a like and also subscribe to the channel if y'all want to see more of this. It definitely gives me encouragement when I see likes and subscribers, because I don't want to just be talking to the walls. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.